Alright, YouTube, we are live. Let's get it going on Facebook and Instagram as well. So that way more people can join in the fun and welcome all the new subscribers on YouTube. And we are live on Facebook. And we are live on Instagram. Wow, alright. So YouTube looks good, Facebook looks good, Instagram also looks good. So what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook after the fact. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to the H2O Army. What's up, guys, on Instagram? Wow, got a bunch of people on Instagram right now. What's up, McGamer? How's it going? Joe, it shows H2O plans on YouTube and Facebook. You can follow me there. For those of you wondering what the YouTube channel is, what up, LRB? Welcome. What's up, Cheek? What's up, Life of Pets? Yeah, Noah, sorry there was no stream on Sunday. Actually, that was on Aquarium Co-op's YouTube channel, if you're familiar with him. If you're not, you should go check it out. It was a pretty cool live stream, a lot of plant info. And it was awesome. I can't watch this. I have football. See it? Alright, LOB. Have fun, bro. Hopefully you win. What's going on, Caleb? What's going on, Luke? What's up, Ken? How's it going? Nathan, hello. You happy? Somebody needs a little timeout here. You get timeout. Oh. Really? It takes me out of the stream? Okay. Thanks everybody for following me. What's going on? I'm new to a planted beta tank. Nice. Welcome to the hobby. Can you please give me some good aquarium channels? Life of Pets, check out Aquarium Co-op if you're not already watching him. You can check out my YouTube, and who else is pretty good? Let's see, there's a couple of good YouTubers. Pet Adventures is up and coming. Oh, Life with Pets 72, I think, is the channel name. They're also really good. A lot of beta content, so pretty good. Dustin's Fish Tanks is also good if you like his style. His style is not for everybody. I personally watch him. He has a lot of good info as well. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate the beard comments. Alright, guys, so we're going to start the water change going. I gotta go to the sink real quick, turn that on. And oh, Rachel O'Leary is another good YouTuber to watch if you want to check out some YouTubers. She's really knowledgeable when it comes to small fish and just general hobby stuff as well. So alright, let me turn on the water and I will I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay. Well, Caleb, thanks for checking out the live stream for your first time. I appreciate it. Cheek, you met Dustin at Reefapalooza. Nice. I'm going to actually hopefully be attending Reefapalooza next year, along with the aquatic experience. Or, well, I should say this year, because now we're in 2017. And let's see, I'm just going to turn Instagram and Facebook a little bit so you guys can see the tank there. Thank you for the beard comments, I really appreciate it. It took a long time growing this, that's for sure. Let's see. I actually haven't been on Reddit too much for aquarium related stuff. I was thinking about advertising the channel on there and just kind of getting the word out, but I hear they kind of butcher you if you attempt to advertise. So, and before I forget, I'm gonna turn off my filters now and my CO2. Okay. So CO2 is off, filters are off, filters and heaters, so I don't have to worry about it. What's up, Logan? Water change Wednesday once again. Yes, you're right. I did. So everybody that was aware of the moth problem, the moth larvae, I actually managed to get that under control relatively easily. I was really afraid that was going to be an ongoing issue, but it turns out it was super easy to get rid of them. Once you see them and you kind of get an idea for what they look like, you can spot them a whole lot easier. So it took me 4 or 5 days, but I checked every tank. I'm actually going to release a video tomorrow explaining kind of what I did on YouTube and Facebook, so you can check those out. But basically I trimmed everything down so there was nothing on the water surface for them to touch or eat. And I would just pluck them off, anything that I saw, if they were floating on the surface and all that stuff. So I managed to get rid of them pretty easily. I haven't seen any in quite a few days, but I did order, just in case it did get out of control, I ordered this. So this is actually a insecticide. It's called Dipel, or Dipel, DF. So this is all organic, safe to use for aquariums and whatnot. Well, safe to use in ponds, and it doesn't harm fish or invertebrates. It's actually not even poisonous to anything other than caterpillars, which was awesome. I didn't have to use it because I was able to eliminate the problem just manually removing them. But in case it did get out of control, I had that as a backup. So it worked out pretty good. So far so good. So I saw a person asking why I shut off the filters and the CO2 and all that. The reason being is I do huge water changes. I do like 50% water changes. And the filter, what it'll do is it'll start spraying water and it'll start splashing everywhere. But also it could start sucking up air, which will really mess up the motor if it gets too much air. And then on top of that, the heater isn't quite at the level that I want it to be at. So it's a little bit of a pain to have to sit there and make sure that the heater isn't fully out of the water, otherwise it would short circuit. So that's why I just turn off the filters, turn off the heaters. I have them on a power strip, easily easily switched on and off. And then I cut off the CO2 because I don't want CO2 pumping into all the filters while there's nothing flowing through them. It's bad. It'll build up pressure, so it's not a good thing. Caleb, so what type of fish do I keep in my tanks? So right now, all these tanks don't have fish in them, but my 55 behind you guys, which we'll get to at the end when I do my water change on that, that has some community fish in it. Nothing too big. Some neon tetras, harlequin rasboras. I got an electric blue ram, and some glow light tetras, and some Siamese algae eaters, which are probably one of my favorite guys to watch. So. Alexander, background plants, yeah. I have, I might not have any in stock at the moment, but I have a shipment coming in Wednesday. So it's going to be, giant hairgrass is good, jungle val is good, torsion val is good. Love you. Pretty easy stuff to grow. If you need any more help, feel free to message me, I'll help you out. Warden from Instagram asks, how often do I do water changes? So I do water changes every week. I do 50%. So on each tank I do 50%, except for the 55, I do maybe about a 30%. So I do 50% on all the grow out tanks, and it works pretty well. As soon as I do a water change, I fill it back up. Plants start to pearl, they perk up, they look really nice. So I'm not quite sure if it's what's in the water or just that it's getting water changed, but the plants do way better when I do water changes. So you don't always have to do a water change weekly. If you're new, I definitely recommend it. If you're experienced, you obviously, if you have a heavily planted tank and it's over filtered and under stocked, you can get away with less water changes. What is your water at the tap? My tap water, I'm in New York City, so it's pretty good. I've tested it a while ago. I haven't tested it, but it's pretty good. So I have no issues with my tap water. I know a lot of people do, so you really have to judge your situation. Life of Pets wants to know, hey, can you please tell us your top 3 tips for a planted low-tech tank? So what you want to do for a low-tech planted tank, you want to get easy plants is one. Don't try anything too hard. Stick with Anubis, Jungle Val, Ludwigia repens is pretty easy, and some other plants like that. Number 2, fertilizer. A lot of people think just because you have a low-tech tank you don't need fertilizer. That's not true. You always want to fertilize your plants regardless of the type of tank you have. And number 3, have patience. In a low-tech tank, will this thing shut off? There we go. In a low-tech tank, it's going to take a while for things to grow out. So you got to really just have patience to let it grow. Don't get frustrated if you lose plants. We all lose plants. I lose plants all the time. When I order new ones, I only maybe keep, I would say 20% of them die within the first couple weeks. And that's just normal. It's, you know, some plants don't like your water. So even if you get something super easy like Anubis and it doesn't last in your tank, doesn't necessarily mean that you did something wrong. It just means maybe it didn't like your water. So don't get discouraged. A lot of people do get discouraged, and that's a problem. So let's take some questions from YouTube. Caleb says he's attempting to grow a beard right now. Caleb, patience. That's the best thing. Jack says he's 18 and can barely grow a beard. You never know until you try. Just let it grow. So what do I use for a nitrate source? So I have dry fertilizer that I use. It comes in bags like this. So this stuff is really for you advanced people or people that know what they're doing in planted tanks. You don't want to start with dry ferts though if it's your first time using them, because one, there's a lot of calculations, and this is just one bag out of I think 8 different bags of different fertilizers that I kind of mix and match to really deliver the best nutrient content for the plants. So if you're experienced or you kind of know what you're doing, then use this. If you don't, I do recommend getting possibly an all-in-one fertilizer like I sell on my website. It comes in a bottle like this. Oh, why is that wrong on that? So it comes in a bottle like this that is, you could just use this as a squirt bottle, and it's 1 squirt per 10 gallons, so this is great, easy for beginners. Also, you could use Seachem's line of products, are pretty good as well, but the problem with that is I don't like it how you have to, you have many different bottles that you have to get. So that's a problem. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to spritz this real quick. Everybody always asks, what's in this water bottle? It's just water. I spray the tops of the plants as the water level drops for the ones that are sticking out of the water so they stay wet and they don't dry out, because they dry out, that's bad. They're really sensitive, those plants. So yeah. So did I ever get unblocked by Jacob's Aquarium? I don't know. Do you recommend anything over an inline diffuser for a display tank? CO2 reactor. It's called a Rex Griggs reactor. I actually have 4 of them coming in. I'm switching out the inline diffusers on all these tanks. So, thanks Jake for sharing all the stuff. I appreciate you, bro. What would you recommend to someone starting to make some money selling plants? Really just, continue what you're doing. If you're making money doing it, then you're obviously doing something right. I'm relatively new into it myself. I'm starting to realize that I'm kind of working myself to death in a way, so it's definitely a lot of hard work. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. I'm looking at moving out of my current apartment, and when I do, I'll most likely be hiring somebody to help package all the plants because I get so many orders. So, let's see. Let's take some questions from Instagram. Sand or gravel for a planted tank. You could use either or. If you use either, though, you want to use root tabs. So I actually sell root tabs on my site. They look like this, little blue capsules here. These are actually mineralized topsoil, so it's like putting dirt underneath your substrate if you only have gravel. So they're good. They have also a clay base as well as mineralized topsoil. So it's effective nutrients that your plants can use. Small dosages of dirt and a little bit goes a long way. You'd be surprised. How many Java ferns would you have in one tank at one time, and how would you have them situated in the tank. Give me 1 second. Let me turn the water the other way, and then I'll answer that question. So Java ferns, you could have a lot in the tank. I mean, in my 55. Give me 1 second. So in my 55, I started with 1, and now I have a bunch. So really, Java fern's just fine. It's a great hardy plant. I have it attached to some driftwood. I'm just putting in a little prime for all of you guys that might be wondering. And yeah, so Java fern's great, easy plant. You can't have enough of it. Let's see. Do you send the grow capsules to Canada? Brian, I don't. I don't think Lizzie has any. There's a girl, her website is Lizzie's Fishies, if you're in Canada and watching this. I don't ship to Canada just yet. I haven't figured out the logistics of being able to do that. But she sells plants very similar to my prices. I don't know if she has root tabs yet. I'll ask her though, because she orders a lot of the same stuff I order. So I'll let her know where I get mine, and maybe she'll stock them, because a lot of people seem to like them. So, what's up, Patrick? How's it going? Have you ever done a bonsai? I haven't. I have not. Alright, let's see what YouTube says. Jake wants him to hire. You want me to hire you, Jake? Is it true that you make more money selling aquatic plants rather than selling fish? It depends. Some, like me, I have no experience raising fry. It would take me a while to learn. I might have some success. I might have a bunch of failures. I just got lucky, and with the plants, when I started growing them, they grew great, and you know, it depends. The problem though with that is you need a lot of room to grow them effectively. So, what type of LED do I use? On all these, they're the Fluval 2.0 planted LEDs. They're great for 40-gallon breeders, also great for bigger tanks, but at 40-gallon breeders, they give you highlight at the substrate level, so it's great. Yeah, Brian, just head up Lizzie's Fishies. You can find her on Instagram. I think she has a Facebook page, or lizziesfishies.com, and you'll be able to check her out. Hire me on, I'll package them plants real good. Yeah, we'll see when I get to that point. I still have to work out the logistics. I'm hoping when I buy a house, I have a big enough area to keep a bunch of plants. So we're going house shopping hopefully on Saturday. So, Justin, do you think I could keep a few plants like Java fern, Anubis, etc. with 2 Oscars? Sam, it really depends on how big the Oscars are. If they're huge Oscars, you're going to need huge Anubis and Java fern. So you're going to need something with big leaves. So like Anubis hastifolia has really big leaves. Anubis coffeefolia has really big leaves. You wouldn't want to get like Anubis nana petite, because they will eat it in one bite probably, or just pick at it and cause it to die. So you probably could. And you want to tie them to rocks or driftwood, so that way they can't pick at them and pull them apart. I would probably tie them with like a zip line or super glue them to it, so that way they have a much tighter hold than using like cotton string or like fishing twine. Do you have any fish or sell any? I don't sell any fish. I do have fish. I have a community tank. It's a 55-gallon. It's mainly small fish in there right now. But once I buy a house, I'm hopefully going to have a bunch more fish. I want to have a planted goldfish tank, and I want to have a discus tank. Those are 2 fish that I definitely want to keep in the near future, but we'll see what happens. That space may be better allocated to growing plants. Alright, let's see. I need some plants that can handle angels. Michael, pretty much any plant is angel safe, unless they're really picky angels that like to eat everything. But you can't go wrong with Anubis, Java Fern, Amazon Swords. All that stuff is golden for them. Anything basic. If you go on my website and go to the low-tech section, you'll be great. The next tank you should set up should be a guppy tank. I haven't had good experience with guppies. I got a couple guppies when I first started fish keeping, and they all died on me within a couple months, and I was very upset about that. So I don't know. I kind of want to go into dwarf cichlids more. I have an electric blue ram. I really like them, and I want to try some apistos as well. Let's see. Where can I buy good fertilizer online? C29, are you looking for dry fertilizer or liquid fertilizer? Because I sell liquid fertilizer on my site. Seachem is another good one, but Seachem you have to buy a bunch of different ones. My fertilizer is all in one. It has everything that all the different Seachem bottles provide, all in one container. So it's a lot easier. Discus can be hard to keep sometimes, but they are beautiful fish. Yeah, what I want to do when I buy a house is I want to have a discus tank in the living room in a wall. So I want to cut back the wall and put a huge tank in there and have it like it's part of the wall with just, you could see it on 3 sides, so it's like a peninsula, and it would just be beautifully planted. That's what I want to do. I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but we'll see. Patrick wants to know, what do you use for substrate? So substrate on these is Seachem fluorite. Really good stuff. This is the red clay version, pretty good. And I use Eco Complete and Black Diamond Blasting Sand. It's a mixture in my 55. Eco Complete doesn't need to be technically capped with anything, but I like the shininess of the Black Diamond Blasting Sand. And at the time I had Coolie Loaches, so Coolie Loaches don't like Eco Complete as much. They like it to be smooth, so Black Diamond Blasting Sand is what I got. Let's see. You want me to help aquascape your tanks? You know, we're gonna see what happens, because I might call in some professional aquascapers to come scape some tanks and make some videos about it. I think it would be cool. And you show me that liquid fertilizer. The liquid fertilizer, it comes in a bottle like this. This one doesn't have a label on it, but it's a squirt bottle, and it's 1 squirt per 10 gallons. Great for loaded medium light tanks. If you have a high light tank, it'll still work, but it doesn't have a high iron content because low-tech tanks don't need a whole lot of iron. So that's what a lot of times the other all-in-one fertilizers that people use sometimes have a high iron content, and that causes algae. In some cases, not every time, but it's possible. All right, let me just go kill the water on this real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me turn that back on. All right. Let's see. Justin, I asked you to scape my tank, and you told me not to be lazy and do it myself. Jake, clean it your damn self. Or escape it your damn self. Do both. I suck at scaping, so you and Aquarium Co-op should team up and become super ultra baller plant fishy dudes. Well, he's got me beat on fish knowledge. He knows a lot more about fish than I do. I think we might be tied on plant knowledge. I'll have to see. We should have a challenge one day, like some sort of rapid fire, like I don't know, some kind of game show with like a buzzer and a moderator. It'd be fun to see. Let's see. Let's take some questions from Instagram. I need help on growing Rotella glitchy. It grew really good when I got it, and now the leaves are turning brown and melting. But new but healthy new growth is still coming up. Yeah, see, I have the same problem. I'll be honest with you. My Wallachy, it gets this beautiful pink color, and then all of a sudden it just loses that color. And it doesn't melt, but it just doesn't get that beautiful pink color that it should have. It gets kind of like a dull orangey color, and then all of a sudden new growth will pop up, and it's that beautiful pink color. So I honestly don't know. I think it might be nutrients or CO2, because I turned up CO2 recently, and that's when it kind of is doing that for me. So I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I don't. Try experimenting with a couple of things. I need a Anubis. How much do you sell it for? So right now it's, I believe, $4.50 for a piece. Each Anubis is a different size. So like Nana, you get like a small piece, about this big. For something like, or that's Nana Petite. If you get like something like a Hostafolia, it's like this big, and the leaves are like this tall. So let's see. Yeah, I watched the live stream, but like permanently. Oh yeah. Well, the problem with that is Corey is on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast, so we're in the same genre, but we're on opposite sides of the country. So yeah, $4.50, that's cheap. So my prices are really cheap, and that's something that I'm like debating on how I want to approach it, because if I do, when I buy the house and I do have to hire somebody to help with all the orders I've been getting, I don't make enough right now to sustain that person's salary. So I may have to raise prices slightly to be able to compensate for that. But it still wouldn't be like ridiculous. It might just be like a 10 or 20% increase. But even with that, if you take a look at the prices and all the giveaways that I've been doing on Instagram, and all the discount codes that are out there that, you can watch some YouTubers, they all have like 20% off. It's still a good deal, and I do free shipping. So, Havoc. I don't supply any local fish stores, mainly because none of them have good tank setups to hold plants, and I make more money selling them to you guys than I make selling to them. Because for something that I sell on my website for $2, they'll want to pay 10 cents or 20 cents for it. It just doesn't make sense. I don't have a big enough operation to wholesale like that. Hybrid jungle valves are easy. They are slow. Are they slow growers? Because mine went through a stage of being 20 inches tall, all the leaves melted, and now they're rebounding. So Bill, when you first got them, is that when they like when you first got them, they were 20 inches tall, and then they melted, and now they're rebounding? Because jungle valves and cryptocorns, when you move them from one tank to another tank, or just change any subtle difference in the tank chemistry, that's usually what causes them to do that and melt. It's usually nothing to do with your tank. It's just that they were in one type of condition, they went into another, and they're really they don't like it. So Jordan's Aquariums asked, have I tried floodlights for lighting? I have not, but I did see Joey's video on floodlighting, and it worked out pretty good. So, Facebook, what's up? Hey Joan, hey Emma. How's it going? Your thought on corridors? Corridors are great. I personally don't have any because I liked coolie loaches better, so I got some of those. But now I haven't needed them all too much because I don't overfeed my fish, so there's really never any detritus that I could see on the bottom. So it's pretty good. So Guppy Lover wants to know if somebody can check out his YouTube channel. He's new, and he's not sure if he's doing well. Tips would be nice. Yeah, guys, if you want to check out Guppy Lover, check him out. Maybe he's got some good content. You never know. Fish-related content's always good. I subscribe to new people all the time. James' Fish Tanks. Hey, Justin, I'm planning on planting my 30-gallon. Is very low tech. 18-watt daylight spectrum. I have $45 to spend. You get a lot of plants from my store for $45. A lot of my stuff is relatively on the cheap side, so you get a lot for your dollar. Just gonna spray these down real quick. You're welcome, Andrew. No problem. How to stop an algae bloom. So Corey, like Clark just says, I have a blog post on my website about that. But basically, you gotta just wait it out. Be patient. If it doesn't go away on its own, then you gotta start making changes. But don't make too many changes at once, because you will never know the underlying cause. So. Yeah, like life of pets say. Thank you for all the hearts, guys, on Instagram. Appreciate it. So Kyle, all I'm doing is spraying water just to keep the plants wet at the top here, because they will dry out while I'm doing a water change, and that can harm the plants. So I try and just do this. I'm thinking about doing real plants in my tank. I got a tank with guppies. How do I start, please, with soil and plants? So Emma, if you're just new to planted tanks, you don't need to do dirt if you don't want to. You could do a Seachem fluorite or like an Eco Complete as your substrate. You could probably go to like a chain pet store and find it, or on Amazon. And how big is the tank? You don't mention how big the tank is. You need about a pound to, a good starting point is a pound to every gallon of water that's going in the tank, a pound of substrate. Although I recommend, you'll probably need a little bit more than that, but it's a good place to start. That's about 50%. Alright. Let me go just switch the water real quick, guys. Alright. What CO2 regulators would you recommend? Any that I should stay away from? I actually heard Milwaukee are pretty bad, Jake. Greenleaf Aquarium has some good CO2 regulators. I've never bought any from them, but I've heard they're really good. I personally have a home-built one that I bought off somebody on Craigslist. That might be a better option. Or find a fellow hobbyist that may be getting out of the hobby or doesn't have any use for it. So about how my goldfish tank smells so bad, should I just do like a 70% water change? It probably smells so bad because it's not balanced, and you probably either have too many fish, overfeeding, or not enough filtration. I don't know if you have plants in there. If you don't have plants, try to get in some plants that might eliminate that smell. It should smell like a clean pond. Like all my tanks smell like they're clean. Like you smell like nature when you like I smell them just to like see. It's weird because I'm like, if it smells funky, then I know there's something wrong, kind of thing in my mind. So all them smell fine to me. So let's see. Hello from France. Welcome. What was your first aquarium and what fish was in it? So the whole reason why I got into aquariums is because my girlfriend's kid brought home a goldfish from the carnival, and I looked up how to take care of them. So we had a 10-gallon tank with a little feeder goldfish from the carnival, and then we wound up getting a glow light tetra and some mollies, and then I figured out plants, and I'm like, wow, plants are really awesome. So then I got plants, and then all this started. So. What a happy coincidence this came across my Facebook feed. I just watched your broadcast with Aquarium Co-op earlier today at work. Awesome, David. Well, welcome to the H2O Army. You gotta get that on a shirt, H2O Army. I got it done. But thanks for checking it out, David. Appreciate it. Are you doing tap water in and treating whole tank with dechlorinator? Yep. So I put in, speaking of which, I need to order more, because I am maybe... I can't even see. Probably about this much left. So yeah, so I just treat the whole tank for dechlorinator and just let it fill up. If there was fish in here, I would be monitoring it much more, but I mean, the temp's probably about right. I mean, I didn't really test it to make sure. And I would also probably have a little bit lesser of a flow just so that way it wasn't, you know, filling up too fast. But this is how I do all my water changes. Can low light plants have too much light? Java fern, Java moss, and anubis? They certainly can. I actually have an anubis in my 55 that is on a piece of wood that goes up like this, and it's at the very top, and it doesn't like the high light. It grows black algae on it, on the leaves. I don't scrape it off because I'm lazy, and the leaves curl because they don't like the increased light. But it seemed to balance out now because there's a lot of Java fern around it, and the Java fern's kind of shading it as well. Why do you have sea salt in your tank? I have sea salt in my tank? Where? What are you talking about, Jake? What's the longest you ship the cheapest price, and how long does it take? I don't know what you mean by that. What's the longest you ship the cheapest price? I don't know. Recommendation for good plants for sand. Hannah, you could really do any plants in sand. You just want to make sure you have root tabs. Especially like swords and crypts and stuff that are heavy root feeders, make sure you have root tabs. It's very important. If you don't have root tabs, you can buy them on my site if you want. I sell 25 of them for $5, pretty good. And yeah. Your thoughts on axolotls? Never kept any. They're cool. They're weird and cool looking at the same time. Like, they freak me out when I see them, but I think they're rather cool looking. And yeah. Just checking the water temp because it felt a little cool. Sand or gravel? I mean, I prefer a more plant-oriented substrate. I use the fluorite from Seachem or the Eco Complete, which is good. And yeah, that's what I use. I mean, sand or gravel, it really doesn't matter. Probably sand if I had to pick one. Oh, I'm thinking of plants' lifespan on shipping. I actually had somebody, I actually have to follow up with them on an email. They sent out their package on the 11th of December. They got it the 22nd, and the plants still looked good. That was 11 days in cold temps. I was very impressed. I was like, when he told me that he had just got it, because I like, in the beginning, when I first started shipping out orders, I was writing to everybody just to make sure, like, hey, did you get your package? Because, like, I was new to shipping plants. I want to make sure everybody got them. Now that I kind of figured out, you know, method to it, I'm more comfortable with not having to follow up with everybody as much because, one, I'm swamped with everything. Like, the amount of questions I get a day, it's just like nuts. So I don't have enough time to sit there and email every person that orders, which I wish I could. But Jake, I might have you do that. But yeah, so they wrote me and they told me 11 days. I'm like, holy crap, how did they survive? I was impressed. Although I ordered plants when I first got into the hobby and they were held over the weekend. So it was, I think, a 4-day plus 2-day weekend, and I got it on the following Monday or Tuesday. So they were there for like a week or two, or like a week and a half, and they were fine. So I'm like, wow, they all came back. I think my comment got lost in the comment seat earlier. When you find a house, how do you plan to move your plants, fish, and tanks? That's a good question. And that's, I'm going to probably butcher your name. Moira, I'm going to guess. Let me just turn off the water real quick because this is full. Okay, so how I plan on moving everything, that's a really good question. So what I plan on doing is the 2 tanks over here, I'm going to get rid of every plant in these, okay? So it'll be completely bare. I'm going to break down these 2 tanks and I'm going to move them over to the new house. Once they're set up and going, obviously the water is going to be different, so I'm most likely going to have algae outbreaks, and I really have to test the water to make sure. But once these are good, I'm going to try and take as much water from here as I can, or just buy bottled water and use that. So these will be set up. Then I'll take all the plants out of these 2 tanks and move them over to the house. Get them set up, get them situated. And then once those tanks are fully cycled, I mean, I should have a month time period to do this. So Once those are cycled, or at least somewhat cycled, I'm going to take the fish out of my 55, move them into those 2 tanks once they're good, and then move the other 3 tanks afterwards. So that's how I'm going to do it. It's going to be a whole process, and I'm going to need Jake's help to come do that. So let's see some questions. So Ryan, I have 5 tanks currently, 4 40 gallons and 1 55. Kiki, so sand is okay, just use root tabs like I said. If you're gonna buy sand, pool filter sand or black diamond blasting sand is great. Thank, why you gotta be making mean comments? I don't know how to time you out. Who said you're gay? Who is commenting bad stuff? Don't make me block people. Let's see. Mariah, okay. Gotcha. How long do the root tabs last? So root tabs will last anywhere between like 3 to 5 months. And you just you put them like every 5 inches or so away from the plants. If you just planted it, you'll want to put them a little bit closer, but between 3 and 5 inches away from the base of the plants, and put them in kind of a square, and that'd be great. Jake, I'm gonna pay you in plants, Jake. You're gonna start doing all the stuff that I don't have time to do, and I'm just gonna pay you in plants. Don't worry. Let's move on over. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys so you can check that tank out. Facebook's good. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's not be arguing in the comments. I think it was a mistake. Rain, I'm guessing is the name on Facebook. Have been in the hobby for years but still battling brown algae. How do I prevent the evil stuff? What kind of brown algae? Is it on the glass? Is it the slimy stuff that grows on the plants? Because there's 2 different types. Awesome user, thanks for checking it out. I appreciate it. I have tried. I'm even trying to find it in different aquarium books. What are you trying to find? Yeah. Jake needs a sign. Will work for plants. Yes, he does. My Corey decided that root tabs are delicious, and I'm trying to dig them up. Will the root tabs harm them? What kind of root tabs are they? What's up, Electric Water? Welcome to the live stream. Glass and wood. But is it the slime? Like, is it like hair algae almost, like it comes off? Or is it just like a thin layer? Solution for green spot algae on plant leaves. So it really depends on the plant. If it's like a nubus that has a really strong leaf, you could probably use like a toothbrush and take it off, or like a Q-tip and just kind of rub it off if it's not really stuck on there. If it's really stuck on there, just trim the leaf and wait for it to grow new ones. Is the Jake L from the Low Tech Aquarium Facebook page? Yep, that is Jake L. And with worms, Kiki, what kind of worms do you know? Hey, what's up, MJ? Welcome to the stream. Thin layer for sure. It's not fluffy. So if it's growing on glass and wood, that's typical. I mean, brown algae and green algae. Like I have green algae all over. Those, I also have, I don't know if I have brown algae. I mean, this is kind of like a brownish green algae growing on this glass here. That's standard. I mean, there's really nothing to... I mean, you could scrape it off, yeah, you could take your wood out and boil it, but I mean, if you really want to get rid of it, the best thing to do is probably balance your tank a bit better. It's probably imbalanced in some way, shape, or form, and that's why it's growing like that. Or you can get some algae-eating fish or shrimp that will probably pick it off. But, I mean, really, when it comes to algae, best way to get rid of it, balance your tank. So... Thank you, MJ. Appreciate it. My Anubis is so slow. I attached it to spiderwood, and it's fully attached, but only grew like 5 leaves in a year. Anubis does grow super slow, so that's not surprising. I actually have some rare Anubis, some SP Golden, and some Anubis. What is it? Pinto. That's the Anubis with white leaves, and then the Golden is with like a yellowy light green leaf, and it absolutely looks amazing. H2O, how well does a moss ball do in a tank with very little sea salt? The sea salt is to add extra minerals to the water for mollies. Oh, okay, so you have a low-end brackish tank, most likely. Moss balls in there. I've never tried moss balls in a seawater tank or slightly any sort of salinity, so I don't know. The best way to do it, get one and try it out. That's what I would do. Autosynclus, somebody just mentioned, got rid of their brown algae in about a week. Autosynclus are great. Just get them. I mean, you want to get them in a pretty decent amount. You don't want to get 1 or 2. They like being in groups. So I would recommend 6, depending on your tank size. Is there a fish that eats GSA? What is that? Green slime algae, right? Probably Autosynclus, or you can get like a mono shrimp or cherry shrimp that would eat it as well. And you show a tank up close. Right now I'm going to just do water changes, so I'm not really going to do close-ups because like I have 3 cameras going. In case you didn't know, I have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube all streaming at the same time. So it's a whole big process. So me moving a camera to get a close-up is just like completely impractical. Pet Adventures. So Pet Adventures says we can't keep plants well with their goldfish because they rip the roots and damage them. Any advice? Do they really like? Are you sure it's because they're nipping the roots? Because like even if they nip the roots, like you could trim roots of plants and they're fine. They'll grow new roots. So I don't know if maybe there's an underlying cause that is causing them. Like, are they dying? If the plants are dying, then maybe there's a different cause. If they're just not growing quickly, then yeah, the goldfish might be affecting it. But I've seen goldfish kept with Anubis before, so I don't think that would be a problem. Kiki says, my goldfish clean the algae off my plant. Do you mean that they just eat the plant so there is no algae? Because that's all they do. No, I mean, it depends, but, you know. Why not have your viewers go to one stream? KZ, because I have a huge following on Instagram, right? That's how I started the whole business. It's on Instagram. So, natively, it's easier for people that are enjoying Instagram Live and enjoying Instagram to go on Instagram and watch it there. However, I like that YouTube and Facebook saves the stream, so it allows me to have it as a backlog of videos for somebody to search and look through. And when it comes to why do Facebook and YouTube, since they both essentially do the same thing, Facebook favors Facebook content over YouTube content. So by me posting a YouTube link in Facebook, it's going to show up less for people in their feed than it would if I show a Facebook video on Facebook. So that's why I do both. Because if I post a YouTube link, you're not going to get it most likely, or a very small amount of people are. And if I just do Facebook, then people on YouTube won't be able to Google search it because it'll be on Facebook. So it works both ways. Whatever. I had an extra phone laying around, so I said, you know what, screw it, I'll use it. I want to get one more phone for either Snapchat Live or Twitter Live when they might launch Snapchat Live. So when they do that, I also want to do that. So I'll have like 4 rigs set up together. It's gonna be pretty interesting, especially when I buy the new house. I'm gonna have like a full studio type setup, like It'll look really nice. I already have it planned out, like how I'm going to set it up. It's going to look great. What's up, Colin? How's it going? Colin, I'm going to need to order a bunch of ledges from you. I'm trying to figure out how much, but I'm going to be ordering them because people want them. So, what do you think about CO2 Booster? I've never used CO2 Booster. I use Flourish XL, which worked pretty good, but I also have inline CO2, so that works easily. Thanks, Brian, for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the live stream with Corey. Maybe one day me and him will do something again. It was a lot of fun. I actually it was just nice being able to chat about aquarium stuff because none of my actual friends care. All right. So guys, let me just turn on the faucet again to start draining this tank because it's still going. And let me first kill the filters here. Which one is it? Is it this one? Nope, that's the one for the lights. Nope, what just happened? Okay, not that one. This one. There we go. Those filters are off. Where is it? These filters are back on. All right, let me go turn on the water and yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Jake, you should be testing every week or so. So I'm guessing I saw somebody talking about testing water. I believe when you're new and or just set up a new tank, definitely should be testing water weekly. I haven't tested water in probably 2 months, so I know everything is fine. Mainly, I don't have any fish, so I don't have to worry about anything going awry. If I start seeing algae, I know there's a problem with nutrients or too much light or whatever. And in my regular tank, everybody's fine, so I don't have to test. But definitely test your water if you're new or whatnot. Let's see. Okay, I see. We don't have substrate. It's a bare bottom tank. You think that has anything to do with the plants not doing well? No, MJ, I don't think it has to do with substrate because there's another Instagram account that has I think it's, what is it, Goldfish? It's Goldfish something. Alicia's Goldfish, I think it is, on Instagram. She has, and it's the most beautiful goldfish tank I've ever seen that actually inspires me to get a goldfish tank one day. It's a bare bottom tank with just, I think, a piece of driftwood with just so much Anubis on it. It's absolutely stunning. If you want to see a beautiful goldfish tank, like that is like what I want in my house when I buy it. Like, I want to ask her, do you want to sell me the tank the way it is? And I take it all. But, yeah, so it was absolutely stunning. And I don't think it's because you don't have substrate. So, I'd probably have to troubleshoot it more with you, like, back and forth and kind of, like, know your exact tank properties. And, you know, you're saying you're using Flourish. That should be good, but maybe your light's not on for enough, or maybe it's off for too long, or something. It's probably more of a troubleshooting issue that I'd have to help you out with, because the goldfish, even though they're attacking the roots, should be just fine. If you have it tied down, if you don't have it tied down, that's what I would say. Tie it down, let it like grab hold of something. If you have to use a zip tie it to something, and it'd be good. But other than that, it could probably just be your light. Maybe isn't putting out the proper lighting for the Anubis. So, Jacqueline, you'd be surprised. Go check out Elisa. I think it's Alicia's Goldfish, and her bare bottom goldfish tank is stunning. Like it looks like a piece of art, and it's literally just some Anubis and driftwood, but it looks just phenomenal. And the bare bottom with the goldfish and the dark green of the Anubis is just stunning. Nathan, you love my beard. Thank you. Yeah, Alicia's tank is awesome. Yeah. So let's see. So Guppy asks, sometime could you make a tour video of all your tanks and what's in it in a video? Actually, I haven't posted a video in the last couple days because I've been sick from over the weekend. Also dealing with some other issues that I don't really want to discuss right now. and just with the sure amount of orders that have come in since Christmas, I haven't had time to make the daily videos like I wanted to. But starting tomorrow, I actually have my GoPro charging. I'm going to be doing GoPro videos as daily updates, and I'll do one tank a day, so you'll be able to see, again, an update per tank. And it's going to be like a short little, between like 3 to 10 minute video. And it's going to kind of be like a vlog type style, but I'll show you the tank, and because it's the GoPro that can go underwater, I'm just going to dunk it underwater, get you some nice underwater footage, and hopefully you guys like it. I think it'll be nice, and that'll be on YouTube and Facebook. I had recorded videos, MJ, I see that you're sick. I recorded 2 videos, and I wanted to upload them, but my voice sounded like crap, and I'm just like, this isn't going to be a good video. I sound so nasally, like, I sounded like this, and I couldn't talk properly, and it was so annoying that I couldn't even watch it myself to edit it, so I'm like, I'm just not going to upload it. So, but tomorrow, I will have another video, and then same thing, Friday, whatever. Yeah, I actually bought the GoPro 5 Hero Black when I first started doing the plants, because I'm like, well, I'm going to record videos and post them, and then I didn't get around to doing it, because I'm like, I don't know if I have time, but then, like, now I kind of worked out a way that I could do it. And, you know, if you guys can, I'd really appreciate it. If you could give me some questions, like, send them to my inbox or leave them on videos that I can answer, because my idea to the format of the videos is every video I want to take a comment from the previous video and answer, like, a general question that you would think, that you want to know the answer and you think other people might want to know the answer to. I would really like that, so it'd be great. Let's see. Ricardo asked, "Hey Justin, that came from Corey's live stream." Well, welcome, Ricardo. Any suggestion about growing moss? I was thinking about putting part of it in a small container with good light and half a gallon of water and flourish. I haven't actually grown it outside of a tank yet, but I'm pretty sure it can, like if it's Java moss, that's nothing anything rare. But yeah, you could probably do that. I mean, I have stuff growing in my windowsill that just gets straight sunlight and nothing else, no nutrients, unless I just take some of the water out of the tank and dump it in there, but I don't dose it individually. And nothing, like no circulation, nothing. And I got Azolla, Salvinium, Minima, and duckweed growing in the window. So Java moss will probably do the same thing. It should be fine. Really depends on the moss. I just leave it in the tanks. Like, I got moss floating everywhere. I just leave it, and when it gets big enough for me to sell it to somebody, that's what I do. Jake, I don't sound like that every day. I don't sound nasally. Thanks, MJ, my beard. It took a long time to grow this thing. I have to trim it a little bit. But it would be much farther down, like here. But I keep it trimmed. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Favorite size tank for plants? Oh, this is a good question. This is actually something that people ask me all the time. Kind of like what size tank they should get and whatnot. If you're trying to do a professionally aquascape tank, smaller is always better, and anything below 40 gallons. 40 gallon breeder or lower is what I would do if I was going to do a professionally scaped tank. If you're going to do something bigger, it's going to cost you a ton of money for good lighting, and it's going to cost you a ton of money in plants to properly plant it and all that. Smaller tank you get, less expense. The only downside to that is you can only keep smaller fish. So, I mean, obviously you couldn't do like a 40 gallon with some discus. Green Lantern, yes. I'm a big comic person myself too. Love DC and Marvel. The question is, Marvel or DC? Let's see what everybody is, Marvel or DC. Tomorrow I'm going to get some more mollies. My local fish store says quarantine is all done and they are ready to pick up. That's good. I always recommend doing your own quarantining though. You never know. But the way I've come to realize something that I kind of learned over the last couple of years is that when I'm setting up a tank in the future, I'm gonna buy the cheapest fish first. So if it's, you know, $1 a fish for whatever reason, whatever it is, that's what I'm gonna put in the tank first. Let those adjust and like make sure everything is good, and then work my way up from there as it keeps going. And I think the live stream on Instagram is gonna cut out because there's an hour limit. So I'm going to just restart it once it does. It's probably going to come up here soon because YouTube counter's on an hour. Got a lot of Marvel fans from what I see in all the comments. Do you use your CO2? Do you use CO2 on your plants? Oh, yeah. Instagram live stream stuff. Let me start that back up. Okay. Do you use CO2 on your plants for retail? I do use CO2 on all of my tanks here, just because I'm trying to grow plants as fast as possible. And CO2 definitely helps them. Give me 1 second. Let me turn it out. So I have this hanging sign on my door that says "Welcome to the Lake," and it sticks out, and it just freaking stuck me. Ow. That was nice, right? Okay. Filling up. Let me put a little prime. So let's see. V-Stack, sorry, I have a long question. I'm an indoor gardener and I have RO water for my plants. I'm pretty good with them. I start at 0 ppm and add nutrients till I reach 1250 ppm, and the aquarium is the same. What nutrients should I add and how many ppm? Are they're aquatic plants, I'm guessing you're talking about, or are you talking about regular growing plants? Gavin, are your canister filters sunbrand? Yes, they are. Havoc wants to know how bad my crypts melted. This is what's left of one. Very badly melted from the CO2 overdose. So I do think that they'll come back, but yeah, those are completely gone. So if you ordered one, I'm actually going to wind up emailing the rest of the people that I have to ship out on Monday, seeing if you want a different type of plant. I have other kinds of crypts. I have also some broadleaf bulbitis that isn't on the site yet. So we'll see, but it's not good. It's not good, and it sucks because it's a nice plant. But I do have more coming in. So, will I be selling the red hellfire? Yes, eventually. Right now I only have one stem of it because it's expensive. It's $10 a stem, pretty much is the going rate on them where I get them. So, yeah, I have it growing right now. It's taking a while though. Yeah, for some reason the view on Instagram is a much smaller view. I don't get it. I can't zoom in or out. So Smith wants to know, is Java Moss on the site again? No, it's not, because if I put Java Moss up on the site, it sells out like that. So I have Java Moss available. If somebody wants to buy Java Moss, you can message me and I'll put it up for you to buy. But if I put up, 4 quantities, they're going to sell out like that. And, it's like, it's a catch-22. If I put them up, yeah, they sell, but then I have nothing for nobody that asks, or I don't have anything for anybody that asks. So, and right now I'm trying to grow it out as much as possible, but if somebody specifically wants it, they can message me and I'll get it out to them. Where do you get your plants from? So I order a lot of the Anubis, Amazon Swords, Java Ferns, stuff like that I order from my nursery. Most of the stem plants or the harder to find plants in the hobby I have gotten from hobbyists or other retailers that sell specialty plants, and those are growing out in my tanks. Did your flamingo ever start to turn? To be honest, I don't see the pink yet, but we'll see. I mean, it's only been, 2 or 3 weeks? Stock dwarf hairgrass? Yes, I actually have some growing. It's not ready yet. I'm trying to get a good patch of it so I can pick from it. But it's not ready yet. I also have it trying to grow on a stainless steel mesh to see if I could like section it out like that, but it's not working all. I mean, it works, but it's not all too well. Regular aquatic. How many parts per million of what for aquatic? So you're gonna want. I mean, it really depends on what kind of plants you're growing. As far as the aquatic plants growing, if you're growing super hard plants to grow, you're gonna want like high phosphates, high nitrates, decent amount of calcium, and some other things in the water. If you just want to know like what are the all-around stuff, you could buy liquid fertilizers and just dose the recommended dosage for how many gallons you have. It really like that whole parts per million thing is to optimize the amount of nutrients that are available for the plants. But if you have plants like Anubis and only Anubis, they're not going to use a large amount of iron, even though it'll tell you need 5 parts per million iron. They may only use 2 parts per million iron. So if you have that extra 3, you're going to get algae. So it really comes down to the specific plants you want and really fine-tuning it. But you could always start with like what they recommend for your gallon size. Musk asks, does your beard ever fall in the water? I cannot change water without my super long hair getting in the tank, even if it's braided. No, luckily, I mean, for me to stick my beard in there, I'd really have to be leaning over the tank. But no, it doesn't. Not yet, anyway. I keep it relatively trimmed. Did I get plants today, or is this Water Change Wednesday? It is Water Change Wednesday. Just doing some water changes today. No plants in this week because of the whole moth problem. I had planned on ordering plants that will come in Friday, but because I wasn't able to ship all the orders that I wanted to this week, I am going to have to wait until Wednesday to get the next order in. Did you order Myro, Justin? Which Myro? Because I have the Myro growing out. People actually bought it even though it's not even on the website because somebody was like, I see this on your coming soon. Can I buy it? And I'm like, sure. What is the best way to grow boost plants? I have mine on driftwood, but I'm assuming they're slow growers. They are extremely slow growers. Give me 1 second. I'll find something that I want to show. I mean, not overfill my tank at the same time. Where is it? Where are they? Oh, I found them. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me kill this water before this overflows. So Boost is a super slow grower like Anubis. You'll get maybe a leaf every week or so. There's really no tip to growing them faster. Increasing CO2 or increasing fertilization is really not going to do anything as far as growth speed. Even if you have a really powerful light, still not going to speed up the growth. That's just how they grow. In order for them to change colors, they'll change colors, but they'll brighten up better if you have more nutrients. So I would recommend nutrients. Now, if you wanted something to grow boosts on, this is something that I will be soon selling on the website. It's a stainless steel mesh that you have a suction cup here that you can suction cup onto the side of your tank. It literally just, boop. And then you could tie it to that if you wanted to grow like a boost ledge, which is really nice. So this stuff is good. I'm going to get it in different shapes, a circular one, maybe shorter than this. And I have corner ones. Do I have any corner ones left? These are ones that I ordered to test out, and I really like them. Somebody that I know makes them, and I want to be able to bring them to you guys. So I'm going to be getting more of those. My Amazon swords had pointy leaves when I first got them, and 2 new leaves around it. Is that normal? Will they turn all around? Yeah, a lot of a lot of swords in general are sold as immersed versions or partly immersed. So a lot of them will have different leaves after they start to convert. That's normal. Don't be afraid of anything. Even, this is the thing, even when you get a particular plant in, it may grow one way in one tank and grow completely different in a different tank. Like, I have this Ludwigia species that I got in. I'm not sure what kind it is. But in that tank over there, it grows green. In the tank behind you guys, it grows brown. So it's two completely different tanks, and it grows completely different. So it's just the way plants are. Let's see. Let's take some questions from Facebook. Water change tonight on my reef. Always wanted to try plant a tank. You should give it a try. It's not as hard as everybody thinks. Do you use a separate CO2 bottle for each tank, or do you have a manifold? I have a regulator, and then I split it using speed control valves that are super tiny airline type valves that are meant for CO2 that allows me to branch it off on everything. Colin, you like that, right? What is a perfect phosphate level? That really depends on the nutrient or the plants and the CO2 and the light that you have. All nutrients will what your tank needs as far as nutrients will vary based on your tank, how many plants you have, what kind of plants you have. If you have a tank with 2 plants in it, you're not going to need nearly as much nutrients as someone with the same exact tank, but that's fully planted. So you really just, it's fine tuning. You add a little bit more, see what happens. You keep adding, little bits at a time until you start developing an algae problem. If you get an algae problem, then you're adding too much. So then cut it back a little bit. And that's how you do that. What plants do you get in that were grown immersed? I'm looking to add plants to my tropical terrarium. So College Beta, if you want the full list, message me and I'll send you the full list. But pretty much Amazon swords, crypts, Anubis were all grown immersed, but they convert very very well to submerge. I could order Java Fern. What else? A bunch of stuff. Just message me. I'll give you a list. Do you like your canister filters? Are they the Sun one? Yep, Sun. I got them off Amazon, and they're great. I love them. They're not a problem. And thanks, guys, for answering questions for me. I appreciate it. Even sometimes I might miss comments. There's like a lot of comments coming in right now. So, what filter and light are you using? Sun, like I just mentioned, Sun 304B works great. And I use the Fluval 2.0 planted LEDs. Work great. Jake wants to know, what's the craze about Boost and is it the color? So what's great about Boost is it's super easy to grow. It's just like Anubis, so it's super easy to grow. It has amazing color, and that's what it is. Super easy. It has great color. Even in a low-tech plant and tank, it'll still get some nice color to it, so it's great. Kayla wants to know if I do have another job besides selling plants. Yes, I do. I don't do this full-time yet. I also work for an electrical contractor. I could, if I probably wanted to struggle for a couple months, I could probably just quit that if I wanted to tomorrow and do this full time. But I don't want to do that. I like how I have it right now. We'll see in the future if my thoughts change on that. What are your thoughts on low tech tanks? They're great. There's nothing wrong with them. If you don't have the money to spend on high tech, don't bother. The thing is, if you get to become an addict like me and want to collect a bunch of different plants, then you're going to wind up getting a high-tech tank eventually. One Devers says, I use CO2 highlighting ferts in my 125 of mostly Java Fern, some stem plants, Anubis 1 sword, and some crimps. My pH is 6.2 with 0 for GH and KH. What should I use as a buffer and how much? So, you could use a GH booster, which I forget off the top of my head if crushed coral affects your GH or KH. Forget exactly which one. But a GH booster you can use, which is sodium, magnesium, and calcium, I think are the 3. There might be some other stuff in there. You could use that to boost the GH. But as far as the KH, what boosts KH? I'd have to look that up. I forget exactly what it is. Am I an electrician? No, I actually do estimates and project management for the contractor that I work for. And Jake, you want to see a picture of the fry? Yes, I will send you a picture of the fry. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. I got a million other things. But sending you a picture of the fry is at the top of my list now. So, Greg wants to know, are my tanks 40 breeders? All 4 of the ones behind me, and then I have 155. Sun are the best for the money, hands down. Do you use diffusers? I use inline diffusers at the moment. However, I am getting Rick's Grig reactors very shortly. So, Salty Shrimp makes a KH booster also. Okay, so Salty Shrimp, if you need a KH booster, makes one. Havoc, yes, I will have more boosts on the site. I'm actually going to be placing like a couple $100 order from overseas supplier in Indonesia that is going to be shipping me way more than I'm going to actually have room for. So I actually got this little Rubbermaid tub that I'm going to set up temporarily with little baskets in it to keep everything separated. And I will be selling them by the clump. I'm not even going to portion them out per plant. It's literally going to be by clump, and you're going to get whatever it is. So like, if I get a clump of dark wavy green, it's going to be, you know, $25, $30, and you get, you know, 50 plants or whatever it is. So it's going to be relatively cheap. I just want to get it, see how quick it moves, to see if it's worth setting up a whole system just for boosts. Because I got it a couple weeks ago from another supplier here in the U.S. It cost me a lot because it was a U.S. company. And there wasn't a whole lot of profit to be made. I literally made maybe like $50 on a, what was it, like a $250 order. So it wasn't a whole lot of money. It really wasn't worth my time. It was just more of those I wanted to test out, see if people want to boost. And, you know, it turns out they did. But I also want to be able to get it to people cheaper. So if I can order clumps at a huge discount and be able to sell those clumps to you guys cheaper, then that works out. Because you get a lot more for your price. And, yeah. So, in the upcoming weeks, I'm going to have an order of most of my regular plants coming in Wednesday of next week, and then I'm trying to get the boosts in by the following Monday, if I can. It really depends on shipping and cold weather and all that. I'm a little weary about ordering it right now because of the cold temps. So, we'll see. Do I ride snowmobiles? No, I don't. I like four-wheelers, haven't rode them in a really long time. What's your least favorite aquatic plant? Probably it's only my what do you want, kitty? Why, kitty? I know, kitty. Least favorite plant is only because it grows so fast and shadows all my other plants. Is probably my lilies that I have on my 55. So I have to constantly trim them so they stay low. But yeah. Any tips to grow Kamama? Just trim it. Should be pretty easy. You could float it if you wanted it to. Kitty. I do not have a problem potassium tester. Or wait, I do not have a potassium tester for my local fish store told me that I have to test my phosphate. And phosphate is low, that means potassium is low. How true is that? No, phosphate is different from potassium. Chris, all the boosts are really easy. There's no particular type of boost that is easier than the rest. Boost is just easy. Super great plant. The problem is you're going to look online and anybody that sells it is going to show you immersed pictures, which is how it grows in the wild. When you get it in your tank, the colors are going to change dramatically. So like when I ordered the boost from my supplier here in the US, came in, it was green and black were the leaves. After it's been in the tank a while, the leaves turn to red, purple, blue, like all these different colors that are like truly amazing. So you really don't know what you're going to get unless you can find somebody that sells it already converted, which really nobody does because it's going to be so expensive. Because it could take a long time for one piece of boost to convert completely over. I do have houseplants, only a couple. They're in a pot rack above my kitchen island in my kitchen. they're growing there. I use some of the water from the tanks, and I use that. Okay. Can I... what? You like looking in the tanks? So, Joe, some of the immersed boost melted, but a lot of it survived. So, just know, like, when you order boost, 90% of all the boost that's sold online, you're going to get it as immersed. Even the stuff in the stores, if you find any, will be immersed. The ones that I'm going to import are going to be immersed, but they're pretty hardy. They don't melt a whole lot, but you will wind up losing most of the immersed leaves over time, but new leaves will pop up. So, it's good stuff. Are you going to get any more floating plants like duckweed? Fish Queen, I'm growing duckweed, Salvinia mini, and Azolla, and dwarf water lettuce. Dwarf water lettuce, I maybe have a portion or two that I have to throw up on the website. As for the rest, they're not quite ready yet. Probably in another week or so I'll have some. Kitty, stop rubbing in against the stand. Yeah, Chris, I'll have I don't have any up on the site right now because the ones that I have I'm converting and I don't want to sell them just yet. I want to wait for them to color up so I could get an idea of what they should look like. And then I'll probably sell them, but they're going to be priced slightly higher because they fully converted at that point. So they're going to be probably double the price because they're already, fully submersed. They have the beautiful, colors to the leaves. It's a lot different than buying it immersed in the wild and then letting it transition. Kitty, stop bumping into it. I'm going to spray you. Don't make me spray you. She just backed away. That's not funny. Does all boost flower? Most does. I don't know if every kind does, but I'm pretty sure most does. I had pretty much all mine flowered at one point. I always want more plants, but I'm out of space. It's a terrible problem to have. Mariah, you ain't kidding. That's why I got these. Get these little things, and you could grow them ledges. I have them on this tank. These are ledges right here with more plants growing on them because I ran out of room on the substrate level. Do you know about a nacris? I have a nacris. It's grown. It should be ready in another week or so. This stuff grows crazy fast. Have you ever thought about breeding your own fish to sell? Yes and no. It kind of goes against my morals, selling fish. I don't believe in making profit off a living creature. That's why I chose to sell plants instead. So, Keith, do I offer local pickup? Sure. As long as you're not going to try and trap me in a corner or something, I'm fine. I think a nacris can handle pretty much any temperature. It's a super hardy plant. I've gone outside to a local stream nearby, and there's just tons of it growing there. Kitty, stop bumping into it. Alright guys, let me just, I'm going to move this real quick. Got to do the last two tanks. Okay. Alright, we're good. Just gonna turn the cameras a little bit so you guys can see that. I'm gonna turn you guys. Wow. Okay. It's a bit better. Okay. What do you use as far as dosing besides CO2? So I use dry ferts. I'll show you guys. So this is actually my box of ferts, a bunch of bags like this. All the bags. This is all dry ferts. Each one of these is a different kind, and this is what I use. Don't recommend it for everybody because it's a pain in the butt, but if you feel like doing that, you can. But I use my all-in-one as well. It's pretty good. Let's see. Jake, you gonna come pick up some plants? Jake, I might need you to hold some of my plants. I'll tell you about it later, but you may be inheriting 2 of my 40-gallon breeders here very soon. If things don't go the way I need them to. So, just temporarily, of course. So let's see. No, carbon won't harm it. I use CO2. I'm assuming you mean CO2. Plants lower nitrates, but is it okay to put them in high nitrates at first? Yep. Plants will absorb it. You just you don't want to put fish in there, obviously, because fish will be harmed by the high nitrates. But if you're just starting out a tank and you have high nitrates, you could throw a bunch of plants in there, they'll be fine. How did you get into this hobby/business? So, girlfriend's kid brought home a carnival goldfish, looked up how to take care of the carnival goldfish, got into plants, and yeah. Later, Keith. See you later. How many tanks do you have, and are they all 40s? The 4 here in this side of the room, and then I have a 55 right behind you guys. That was the tank that kind of started all of this. And yeah, Joe, I like Facebook for Facebook users, because I touched on this a little bit earlier in the live stream, but Facebook promotes Facebook video better than promoting YouTube video, obviously because they get more attention. So it makes sense posting Facebook videos on Facebook versus posting YouTube videos. That's why I'm running 3 streams at once, because Instagram... What do you want, kitty? What do you want, super kitty? You want to jump in the tank? What's in there? Okay, you done? Okay, that's all you wanted? Ah. Yes, I only have planted tanks. What do you think is the easiest plant to grow without CO2? Anubis. Anubis is probably the easiest plant to grow, hands down. Let's see. What is your favorite plant you currently have? Ludwigia white, super expensive, super rare, really slow grower. Guppy Lover, how long is this stream going to be? Well, I have 2 more tanks to do, so maybe about another half hour, 45 minutes. Are most of your plants low light? What are you doing, cat? Are most of your plants low light ones, and what's your favorite? And I don't know what that other word is supposed to be. Nuisance? I don't know. I have a large variety of low light to high light to medium light plants. You could just check out the website. Anything that says beginner is low light, and each plant has details about it on the website. Over there I have a tank that's all highlight plants that are really good and hard plants to grow. So yeah, give me 1 second. Let me start draining this tank. And we're good. Okay. Which plant do better without CO2? Anything that's low tech. Anything like Anubis, Java Fern, Jungle Dow, anything like that is good stuff. Thanks, that guy. Well, we're working on it. Hopefully I have more subscribers in the future. You know, it really helped me out if you guys share the stream or share the videos after they're posted. You know, if you like the info that I'm putting out and you think people might like it as well, it definitely helps if you give it a share. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate the compliment on the beard. What do you use for lighting? Flugel 2.0 LEDs. I'm going to make a section on the website that lists all my equipment, so everybody just can go right there and check it out, because I know everybody asks all the time. So, is Rotala on your site low tech? So Rotala indica can be grown low tech. It grows super slow, but it can be grown. What else? What other Rotala? None of the other Rotalos I have, I think, are low tech. Ludwigia repens and some of the Ludwigia species you definitely can. What are the best freshwater plants? Low tech plants are really the way to go if you're just starting out. 613 Aquatics asks, do you ship to Canada? I don't, but if you Google lizziesfishies.com, she lives in Canada and ships and has similar plants. Not everything that I have, but she has a lot of the basic stuff, and she's got really good prices. So you can check her out. Ever think about getting Crypt Retrospiralis? I think I can order that for my nursery. I'm trying, every time I place an order with the nursery, I'm trying to order like 2 plants that I haven't tested yet to see what they're like and see if people like them. Like this week I did the clover, the 4-leaf clovers, or this past week I did the 4-leaf clovers, which people seem to love, but they melted a lot. I mean, they'll still live, but like, let me show you. So, I trimmed a lot of this, but you can see how long it was here. And I had to trim it because of the moth problem. I didn't want them attaching to any of these leaves. But all of this tall stuff is all the immersed leaves, and these are all the new leaves growing here on this. And like, this is what you're getting, you know, and some have less of these immersed leaves, but this is what you're getting. And when you put it in the substrate, it'll still grow just fine. It's like a clump. But you know, I don't know. I like people getting a plant that's really nice, but this one takes too long to convert in my tank for me to sell it effectively. So I'll probably still order it and sell it, but like, you know, it's like you gotta let it grow in your tank, you know. Pretty good stuff though. So it's a hardy plant, I'll tell you that. Alright. What's a good canister filter? Suns don't break. I have 5 of them, so I don't think they're cheap lights in any aspect. Let's see. You will be on my YouTube channel as soon as I get my order shipped. I'm very excited and just so eager. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, I apologize to anybody watching that your order was delayed. That whole moth problem, it was a huge nightmare. Luckily, it got solved pretty quickly. I didn't think it was, but it set me back because the 2 or 3 days that I spent worrying about that problem, like, putting together an order isn't just me grabbing plants and sticking them in a bag. It's me doing, especially if it's a new order, you get, you know, a nice thank you card that I hand sign and make it out to you with your discount code, because everybody gets a discount code for use in the future. It's kind of like an affiliate code. So even if you don't have a huge presence on like a social media, you still get it to tell your friends and family, and like, it's good because instead of me paying an advertiser, I pay you guys, you know, and I get, you know, for every person that uses your code, even if you use it, you get $1 towards your next order, so it kind of works out. And then on top of that, I also do the cards, which and this is something that I've been debating on what I wanted to do with, but you get these little info cards here. I'm going to show each stream. So it's a little card here, and it's basically like some info that is either on the website or other stuff that I wanted to add. It'll tell you kind of how about the plant and whatnot. But I do each one of these cards for each kind of plant. So literally, I have a Rolodex that I built here out of cardboard because I couldn't find one that I liked in the store, so I just built my own out of cardboard. But every order gets this, so the orders just take a lot longer than it would if I was just taking a plant out, putting it in a bag, and done. It's like, you know, it takes a lot more work, so I'm debating on if I still want to do it like that because of all the time that it takes to do that, and then if orders get delayed because it takes forever, and I don't know. It's like something that I contemplate all the time. Like, should I do the cards or should I not do the cards? Should I just send you bags of plants and call it a day, or should I like actually take the time to package it the right way? You know, and I believe that's kind of what sets me different than everybody else that sells plants, because like I actually take the time out to like make sure that the order is nice and everything. So it just, I don't know. I don't know if people rather just say screw the cards and just ship me the order, or you know, they like the cards and all that other stuff. So I don't know. Is selling plants profitable? The cost of CO2, electricity, and water to make a few dollars off a plant? Just curious. It really depends. It depends if you have the demand. It depends if you're a smart business person. I am making money. I'm not making a fortune, but I'm covering the costs of what it takes to do everything. So, you know, in the future, if I have more tanks and I can do more orders and all that good stuff, yeah, you know, be making more money, but we'll see. If you couldn't buy any branded light like Fluvels, what DIY would you use to grow medium to highlight plants? Also, have you ever tried to grow carpeting plants from seeds? I haven't tried any plants from seeds. And as far as lights, I would either build my own LEDs, or I would get the floodlights that they have, or just get really powerful bulbs. So do you know if you could grow chia seeds in a fish tank? Just curious. Never tried. I'm sure you could, though. I don't know if they need. Well, I don't know if they would survive being submerged, but I think you could probably like place it somewhere and have it be somewhat submerged. It would probably be good. I don't know. Maybe add an option to not have the cards. The problem with that is that in itself is a problem, because I believe in consistency, and if I ship out one person, if I ship one person's order out differently than another, they're two completely different experiences, and who knows if that second experience somebody's going to be like, oh well, there's nothing special. I'd rather put in that work that kind of shows like, okay, you know, it's not just some guy putting plants in a bag and sending them out to you. But I mean, at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if people would prefer that. You know, it's really, I don't know. See, I do know that people always tell me they love the cards. Like, they love that. That's a nice touch, and they really like that. So that much I know. But I don't know if it's worth, you know, some people having to wait a little bit longer for things to get shipped out. So I don't know. I always thought the cards were a nice touch. It definitely sets you apart, make the orders seem more thoughtful. Yeah, I mean, I try and be more thoughtful with them. And this past weekend, I had my girlfriend helping me pack everything as far as all the cards go and all the other stuff. But it's going to get to a point where I'm going to need to hire somebody to do that full, you know, as I'm doing stuff, to do that work, or pack the orders themselves while I'm doing other stuff, because it gets to be a lot. Big Joe's Fish Room. I like the idea of the cards. That's really cool. I wish other people would have sent me a card like that. Yeah, see, what I actually want to do is I want to get them printed on waterproof things. So kind of like those little cards that come with like potted plants that you get from like a nursery outdoors, that have those little like care cards on them. That's what I want to get for each plant. The problem is I have like 100+ plants, so to order, you know, I would have to order probably 100 of each minimum. So you're talking about 1,000 different cards, and I can only imagine what they would charge me. So let's say it's 50 cents a card. You know, the cost is up there. It's $500 for, you know, 1,000 cards. So who knows? Let's see. Well, thank you, Clark. I appreciate that. He says if you're quality, Justin, which you are, it's worth the wait. RTW, I don't ship to the UK. I really wish I could ship overseas. I want to eventually. Just right now, the business is still in its early stages. I plan on having, my end goal is to have franchise flagship stores. Think of like Apple or Nike, but for the aquarium industry. That's my end goal, if I could get to that point. And not just for freshwater, but also for saltwater and maybe even other pets. But I don't want it to be like a Petco or PetSmart that just hire kids that may not necessarily know what they're doing. I want it to be knowledgeable staff, and all that. So it's a long way away. I want to do international. I want to be everywhere, but just not there yet. If you move close to Fleming, oh yeah, New Jersey, you could come help me. I think Jake's got dibs, but yeah. All right, let's take some questions from Facebook and Instagram now. Got a bunch of people asking some stuff. Started dosing EI method this past week on water change day. I tested my water to see how the perks affected the water chemistry. My nitrates was up to 40 parts per million. Why is that? I have a significant amount of plants, so I don't understand why the nitrates go so high. It's possible that your plants just can't absorb that much, so I would cut down half of your nitrates that you're dosing and let them level out first, and then slowly increase them over time, adding a little more each, maybe each dose that you do, and see what happens. Best plants for shrimp and guppies, Java moss. Java moss and anything else that'll work in your tank. Hey man, how's it going? I just got a new tank. I want to get more boosts. Aqua, I'm going to be placing a large order with a overseas supplier that's going to be hopefully shipping me. I'm going to be getting about 25 to 30 clumps. Half of those I'm going to send to another supplier that also sells online, just because I don't have the room to store that many. But those will be up on the website. They're going to be clumps. They're not going to be sold per plant, so you're going to get a huge portion for like 20, 30 bucks. Hey, did you know banana plants are native to my state, which is South Carolina? Really? That's awesome. They're so weird, banana plants. All right, Caleb, later. In Canada, the Fluval 2.0 is $300. Is it worth it? Jesus. Is it worth it? For $300. I mean, they're $160 here, so like that's reasonable for an LED light. Oh man, I don't know. That's really depending on your budget. I mean, if you're trying to grow highlight plants, yes. I mean, you really can't put a price on a good light. But at the same time, if you're just doing basics, you don't need it. I'll take them. Yeah, you'll take all the boosts. Let's see, it's going to be roughly about 25 different clumps. It's going to be a 1 kilogram of boost, so whatever that is. So it's going to be like 25 clumps. About 12 or 13 I'm going to send to the other guy that sells plants online that I deal with. That way he can have some of them because I don't have room. And then the other like 13 that I have left, those I'll be selling just by the clump. I'm not even going to bother breaking them up. It's like, you want them, you're going to pay and get the whole batch. I might take one off just for myself to grow, just to see how it colors up, because I'm a collector after all. But that's about it. Justin, you should look for homes around Pittsburgh. So yeah, no, I need to stay close to Staten Island because my girlfriend's kid goes to school out here. His father's here, and all that. So trying to stay relatively close. I'm looking at Jersey, possibly staying in Staten Island. I don't know yet though. In these tanks, I don't know if I'll ever get fish because I like how they don't have fish in them now. It allows me to play around with things and not have to worry about the safety of the fish because I believe the fish is my pet. It's just not a fish. So I don't know if I want to put fish in here yet. I don't really need them just yet. I have no algae problems or any major algae problems. Of course, there's a little algae here and there, but nothing that's not easy to deal with. So if I was going to get any fish, it would be an algae-eating fish, either like Siamese algae eaters or autocinkless to keep the glass clean. But it doesn't pay because I would have to get 3 Siamese algae eaters at least per tank. So you're talking about 12 of them and $2 or $3 a piece. You're talking about, you know, $40, and you do auto singlets and then the food, and it adds up, and just, it doesn't work. If you meant would I ever sell fish, probably not. Might sell shrimp, but most likely not. I might sell shrimp and fish in a store if I ever open one up. We'll see. Would anacris die if there is not enough oxygen, and would salt harm it also? Salt would probably harm it. But oxygen, I mean, probably not. You'd probably be alright. You want some more stickers? What I want to do is I'm going to get a bunch of different types of stickers ordered, like different sizes, and every order will get like a different type. You know, maybe get like a long square one, or, you know, a big one, or a smaller one, or something like that. Maybe some bumper stickers. But something else that I want to do is I want to do a product every month, a different product. So like maybe a coffee mug one month. I know I've said this in the past, but I'm sure I got a bunch of new viewers. But the idea is that item, 100% of all the profits would go to a charity of the choice for the month. So like one month it might be like the ASPCA, or, you know, some charity that does cancer research or something like that. And like that way, like, I could, you know, have a different product. So maybe one month it's a keychain, one month it's a mug, one month it's a. I was thinking to do a calendar also, like at the end of the month or the end of the year, do a calendar, and I was thinking that would be a cool idea. So that way you could get like sweet swag. But I gotta find a company that's willing to work with me on that, because it's like obviously like I'm gonna have to pay money to get that product. But if they can like be like, oh well, it's for charity, let's like collaborate and, you know, do it the right way, then maybe they give it to me for free and I just sell it, and like, you know, they get a portion of it to cover their costs. I don't know, something like that. We'll figure it out. But that's just an idea I had. I've seen jungle val growing in the wild, but it smells really bad. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Are those homemade stands your tanks are on, or what kind of lighting is that? And what kind of lighting is that? So the stands are from Lowe's. They're just regular shop racks that you can find in Lowe's. They're what are they? They're like $80, and you actually get 2 of them because you could divide it in half. What do you want, kitty? And they hold about 800 pounds per shelf. So theoretically, they're supposed to be stacked on top of each other. One thing can hold like 6,000 pounds or something. Ah. A traveler tumbler cup. Ow. Would be awesome. A traveler tumbler cup. Is that the thing? What is that? Is that the one with the little ball inside for like protein shakes or something? I mean, I could do like a bunch of different things. Like every month it'll be a different product, you know. And I'd like to make it like almost like you pay what you want, like a minimum. Say it's like a $10 item. Like if you want to pay $40, that's like you donating $40 to that charity kind of thing. That I would think would be an awesome idea. And then somehow I want to like maybe not match it, but do some sort of, you know, if we reach this amount, I throw in this amount from the business side of things as well. You know, just something that I wanted to do. Small boost stem I got from you grew another leaf. Oh yeah, did it? Nice. Yeah, they're super slow, but man, the color, I don't know if yours colored up yet, but when you see that new color coming in, it's just beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. Oh, and the light, I forgot to answer this, but Jacob answered it in the chat. Kitty, stop it. My kitty's bumping the tripod, I'm sorry. I use the Fluval 2.0 LEDs as well. Right now, Michael, just in these tanks is fish only. Some snails, but just fish. Just one with a closure on the top. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I could definitely do something like that. The 40s do look a lot smaller on camera, right? Keith, We live stream until all the water changes are done. Okay, this is part of the job of fish keeping. How long do you do your lights? Right now they're on for 8 hours a day, but I plan on upping that to 10 hours a day. Hold on 1 second. Alright. So yeah, I plan on upping that to 10 hours a day. But I'm doing it gradually. Originally I was at 7, then I worked up to 8, and now that everything's kind of stabilized, I'll probably up them in another 2 weeks to 9. Let that go for about a month. If no algae, then I'll up them to 10. If I could get to 12, that'd be awesome, because that means 12 hours of them growing. And that would basically produce a whole lot more stems for me to sell, which is ideal because, you know, I run out of stuff that people want. So. Did I say fish only? I meant plant only. If I said fish only, I apologize. Aren't T5 lights better than LED? Not from a cost standpoint. Hi, watching in Seattle. Nice setups. Fridays are my tank maintenance days. Nice. Candy? Yeah, I do maintenance on Wednesdays, and then on Sundays I normally live stream me packing orders. This past Sunday I didn't because I was doing a dual live stream with somebody else. So my lights are on an auto timer. It is down there. It's a power strip, and everything's set up so all the lights on these 4 tanks go on at the same time. My 55 is on a slightly different timer. So, hey, stop it! Stop it! I'm gonna spray you. Yeah, that's right. You better run. She knew. She knew it was coming. The blue light, see, I don't keep the blue light on, and I don't recommend anybody else doing it, because the blue light actually will cause algae. I tried it when I first got a fixture that had the 24/7 mode, and within a week of keeping the blue light on, I got tons of algae. Dorian, first time watching here, well, welcome, and this is a regular thing? Yes, it is. I do it every Wednesday. Live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. You can check them out. All 3 are on my website. Just go to h2oplants.com, and you can see the links there. Yeah, so I do the live stream, and I live stream on Sundays as well. And every day I'm putting out videos. I haven't the last couple of days because I just got over being sick and the holidays and all that. But starting tomorrow, you'll see a new update video every day, other than the days I live stream. So check out Facebook and YouTube. Be sure to like, and it'll show up in your feed. I always suggest, like, YouTube is way better at notifying than Facebook is, because Facebook has their whole, like, quit moving my thing. Get out of here. Ah. She didn't like that. So I suggest checking out YouTube, because YouTube, it'll notify you, you know, when you actually see a post. Or you could, I guess, follow the Facebook page, that'll notify you as well. I think YouTube's a little bit better for subscription type stuff like that. But yeah, you know, and I'll also be answering your guys' questions in the YouTube videos. So, let's see. So when's the move? Landlord giving you crap? Aftershock. I'm not really going to discuss it on camera. I'm going house hunting though on Saturday. So I got my pre-approval. I have my my realtor. Hopefully, I feel like she's dragging her feet, and like I'm trying to like move quickly here. So I'm hoping that she really steps up her game. Otherwise, I'm gonna be finding somebody else. And Jake, I hope that your mom recommended somebody good, because I need a out. How did you meet Corey at Aquarium Co-op? No, I just, you know what, I emailed him, and I was like, hey, you know, it was a long shot. I'm like, I don't think that he's going to say yes, because, I mean, normally, like, people with, like, a large following like that want something in return. Like, I didn't really have anything to offer him in return. I do have a larger fan base on Instagram than he does, but really, I mean, that's not anything close to what he had. So, like, he did me a huge favor by doing that with me, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. You know, it was a nice thing that he did. So, you know, and that's, I believe though, if you help out those like that good things are gonna come back to you. So like maybe one day I wind up growing bigger than he is, and then I have 100,000 subscribers, and then I'm like, hey Corey, let's do another dual live stream, and then he gets more subscribers that way, or something else, or maybe we collab on something. So I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was a really good, solid live stream. A lot of good content. So if you're just now joining me or watching this video, go check out Aquarium Co-op's live stream that he did this past Sunday with me on January 1st. Really good. A lot of great plant info on there. So, let's see. My male Apisto is mad at me. I had to put him in a breeder box because he kept attacking my female. That guy, they just did a video 2 days ago together, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I never, really glad Corey got into live streaming with you. I would have never seen your channel. Yeah, it was really nice. It was a good thing. I think it was very productive, and I didn't want it to seem like, sometimes those things kind of seem like you're trying to sell stuff to people, or like, when it's like we're two businesses essentially, but I think we both have a passion for the hobby. I know I do because I'm surrounded by it. It's not like I have one tank or something, so I really liked that live stream. It lasted a good amount of time and whatnot, so yeah. Let's take some questions from Facebook. Let's see what's going on here. Just tuned in. Love the stand. Simple and seems strong. Where do you get yours? Lowe's. I do plan on, when I move though, I'm building all new ones out of wood, just because they are sturdy, but I'm like always worried like what happens if one day they just don't hold. You never know. Like it's always that thought in the back of my mind. Even my wooden frame on my 55, I'm like, one day what happens if like whatever. So I mean, odds are it'll never happen, but it's just like I worry about the fish, I worry about the plants, I worry about all the my computer that's in here, so all that. Adam asks, hey man, do you know the par for the Fluval 2.0 fresh? I know you run them. I believe it's at 12 inches, it's like 70, which is like considered medium to high light, so it's pretty good. How old are the tanks? Well, I just set up these two. I just set up this whole room a couple months ago, but these two are newer than the other ones. The other ones were running for about a month or two, so these are probably about 5 months now. And the 55, well, that was recently moved too. That's been up and running for like 2 years now. So Jacob asked, do I use root tabs or flourish tabs? I use my own root tabs. These are my root tabs that I sell on my site, and you can get them $5 for 25 of them. They're great. They're mineralized topsoil. They work awesomely. So let's see. So Aqua says he uses the blue lights at night and has no algae. I mean, it could just be your tank. I know I ran them and I had algae. Maybe the pleco nitrates and amonos get the algae before I noticed. Do you have crystal wort? I do have Riccia growing. Currently have it growing on the mesh here. It's not quite ready yet though, because I want to continue growing it out so I have a lot more of it. But that's what I got right now. So, do you have any fish in your tanks or just focus on plants? The all 4 breeder tanks are all nothing but plants. So, Kathleen, because I'm actually moving, that's why I don't fill it with rocks. I'm trying to buy a house here in the next couple weeks, and then you will see. I plan on doing a dual 3-section rack with 2 tanks low and the top being nothing but storage. So, will the root tabs raise your nitrates? No, they shouldn't. It's just topsoil. So, it's topsoil mixed with like clay and other nutrients. So it shouldn't raise your nitrates, but whenever you're introducing a product like that, less is more. So put in a little bit in there, and you'll see it. Candy, just go to my site, h2oplants.com. If somebody wants to link it, it's just h2oplants.com. Not the UK. There's a UK site out there. It's just the regular one, and you should be able to find the root tabs on there. So, Justin, tell her you're trying to go fast because your current situation. It could also be the realtor. Oh, no, my phone died. No, on Instagram. Let's see. Just tell her you're going fast. It could be the realtor that is selling the house that is taking their time to get back. Well, that's the thing, Jake. We haven't even gone to see the houses yet. I sent her literally like 8 houses, and I spoke to her on Tuesday because I'm like, listen, I know I didn't hear from you over the weekend. I get it was a holiday, but like, I'm trying to be out ASAP. So let's, push on the gas a little bit. And I'm like, I already have like 8 houses that I want to go see lined up. Well, I'm going to forward them to you. So I sent them all to her, but she hasn't sent me anything yet. And it's going to be Thursday tomorrow. So I'm going to call her tomorrow and be like, listen, I'm trying to move out. If you're not going to do what I need you to do, I'm going to hire somebody else. It's as simple as that. I plan on, I have somebody else lined up if she can't handle the job and how fast I'm looking to move out. Because I need to be out like ASAP. Like it's just as soon as possible, Jake. When I tell you. Did you get a lot of subscribers after being on Corey's show? I had about 130, and now I'm up to 500 or so. So I would guess that's pretty good. It almost tripled, right? Yeah. Any CO2 brands or companies you recommend for me to get started with CO2 regulators, air stones? French fry. So you could check out Greenleaf Aquariums. They sell regulators. You're going to need airline tubing. Fluval has a package deal on Amazon that's pretty good. I think you might be missing a bubble counter or something like that you need to order. I'm going to write a whole blog post and maybe do a whole video about it in the future when I have some time of everything that you're going to need. But those are the 2. You're going to definitely want CO2 tubing, though. Don't get airline tubing. And Guppy says he loves my logo. Thank you very much. I paid $10 for this logo. It's like the Coca-Cola logo. I think they paid the Coca-Cola logo that they have. I think they paid like $5 for in like, I don't know, the 40s or whenever Coca-Cola came out. It's been their logo ever since. It's like, wow, what a good investment. Can I add to my order from your store after I placed it? Yeah, you can, as long as the order didn't ship. So just place your order. Again, like place another order of what else you want to add to the order. Normally I'll catch it. What I would recommend, shoot me a message and say, hey, I just placed a second order. Can you just add it to my existing order so I know? And I'll package them together and I'll refund you the shipping if it charged you shipping, or if you met the threshold for the free shipping, I'll refund you both shipping. So, yeah. My plecos seem to eat my big leaf plants. What plants do you recommend for that? I don't know on that one. If the plecos are eating the big leaf plants, that's probably a problem. I would, maybe some small leaf plants. I got you, Jake. Well, I mean, like, she hasn't told me anything, though. Like, she was like, yeah, I'll send you a bunch of stuff by Wednesday. I haven't heard anything back from her yet. So I'm like, okay, well, now it's Wednesday. I need to, like, I want to have 10 houses lined up on Saturday to go look at. I do not want to be, like, I want to literally find a house in the next 2 weeks. I know, like, that might sound ridiculous, but that's what I'm betting on. Oh. Joseph, yeah, I got your order actually right here hanging up because I almost packed it. I was like going through last night and your order came up in the line, and then I saw the thing that says January 9th, and I'm like, oh shit, let me not ship this because I almost did it. That would have been bad. Yeah, plastic plants. That might be the only thing, Joe, honestly. I'm trying to think, like... You gotta try and find a plant that it doesn't think is yummy. That's the problem. All the plants that it's eating, it's finding yummy. If it didn't like the taste of the plant, it wouldn't eat it. Oh yeah, Jacob, the price for the root tabs is a great price, I think. You know, $5 for 25, pretty good deal. I'm thinking about building a package deal. I haven't decided exactly how I want to do it yet, but I want to do a package deal of the root tab plus the fertilizer that like make it like, you know, maybe the fertilizer right now is 18 and the root tabs are 5, but maybe if you buy the fertilizer with the root tabs in a package deal, maybe it's $20 and you save $3. I don't know. At that point, it's like cost of what the root tabs are, but I make it up because you're buying more. So, any plants you suggest for Africans? Anubis is pretty good. I'm waiting for my phone to charge back up here. It's at 7%. Let me just. I hate that this charger doesn't charge my phone as fast as I need it to. Jesus, I got like 20 people that message me on Instagram. I don't even want to look at it right now. Don't even want to look at it. I'll take a look at it later. I have been struggling to get dwarf hairgrass to carpet and plan on hopefully getting ferts tomorrow. Will consistent dosing help it to carpet, or should I try? Consistent dosing is good. CO2, if you don't have CO2, is probably one of the other issues. And good lighting is also probably another thing. Oh, Jacob Anubis. I don't know. Why didn't it cut out? That's weird. Try Anubis. It's pretty good for Africans. Tied to rocks or driftwood is good. Emad, what does that mean? There's no poop on my wall. What? Can a Phoenix 24/7 planted grow crenum in a 90-gallon? Probably could. Crenum needs medium light. I would say that that's probably medium light, maybe low light. I think it should be fine though. No problem, RT. I hopefully. Oh, and Facebook just dropped you guys almost. Trying to rig up this because we're gonna do the 55 now. Let me move you. She moves in mysterious ways. Okay. Let's drop you down. Okay, there you go. Now you guys can see that. It's good. It's good. YouTube, we're going to move you guys as well. And since my phone died for the Instagram's not joining us. Alright. Interesting tripod, yeah, right? It's actually, I rigged 2 mounts together to hold the 2 phones. I actually want to build one with a piece of 2x4 and really have like all of them linked to the same tripod, but I just haven't done it yet. So Alright, let me start draining this tank. I'll be right back. Ow. Okay. So now I just need to get I have my fry in here that I need to I now understand why getting hit with the welcome to the lake sign scene The problem is it's like hanging there with string, so it sticks out sometimes, and like I walk by it and get clipped. So right now what I'm doing is I have a fry and a breeder net here, one fry that's left over. I'm pretty sure it's a neon tetra at this point, but I'm not 100% sure just yet. So I'm gonna take him out using this. Alrighty. Okay, so the fry is out. Remove this, move that downwards. Okay. When will your sold out plants be restocked? It will be restocked on probably Wednesday or Thursday. I get my order next Wednesday, and I will be updating it probably either Thursday night or Wednesday night, maybe Friday. I don't quite know. I might wait until the following week just because I have a long weekend ahead of me going house hunting, hopefully. So I haven't sucked up a fish. The problem is, like, if the fish is small, there's no suction here that will really suck them up. They would really have to just get lost and swim up there, and then have to be sucked up by the little part. If it's a big fish, like if I had a fish that was the size of that, then yeah, their full body would be sucked up there. But I haven't had any fish get sucked up. And yes, Jake, I'll send you a picture of the fry. How long have I been in the hobby? 3 years. What is the little red and orange fish? A guppy? No. That's actually a Harlequin rasbora, and then the other red fish is a cherry barb, so I don't know which one you're talking about exactly. Actually, you know what I could do right now for you guys on Yeah, don't forget to hit the like and the share. D-Stag, I appreciate it. Yeah, guys, if you could, like and share, it really helps out. Let me see here. Oh, I can't zoom in. Can I zoom in? Nope. Damn. Alright, I was going to try and zoom in for you guys so you could see it on the stream a bit better, so you get close-ups, but here, this is what I'll do. Instead, take that around and boom. The glass is a little dirty, but it's alright. When do you clean the gravel? Never! Unless I notice a huge detritus buildup, I don't clean it ever. As you can see, my substrate is pretty much clean. And these right here are some test plants that I'm testing out to see how they grow in this tank. Siamese algae eaters are pretty big. I'm so bummed that I lost the third one when I moved the tank. I was so upset by that. Because they're honestly like so much fun to watch. And now that there's only 2 of them, they pick on each other, so I need to get a third one. But the problem is all the Siamese algae eaters I'm finding are super tiny. So like, I don't want them to get super bullied by the rest of these guys. Yeah, this tank, I actually want to completely do a whole new rescape on the tank right now. I just haven't had time to really sit down and plan it out, but I have a couple ideas of what I want to do. Havoc, do it anyway! Bro, everybody hates the sound of their own voice. There's actually an interesting study on why that is. Stop it. Get. That's it, I'm gonna spray you. I'm gonna spray you. Get. So it's an interesting thing of why we hate the sound of our own voice, because the voice that we hear when we talk is actually the vibrations of our bones in our cheeks and ear canals. I think it's a vibration of some bones in our head that make us hear our own voice. So when we listen to our voice played back, we sound. To us, we sound deeper when we talk, but in reality, we sound a lot higher pitched in real life to other people. So I hate my voice because I think I sound really high pitched when I talk, when I hear myself again. But when I'm talking normally, I have a darker or a deeper voice. So I don't know. What are all the kind of fish in that tank? So I have neon tetras. I got harlequin reservoirs, I got cherry barbs, I have a couple glow light tetras, electric blue ram, 2 Siamese algae eaters, a couple autos, and I think that's it. How long should a 5-pound tank last in a 50-gallon? Are you talking about CO2? The water drains fast for how big the tank is? Yeah, it drains pretty quick. I want to make an unboxing video too, but I don't have anything to hold my phone. Okay, prop it up. I post mine despite that. I don't think I make decent videos. Listen, every time you make a video, you get better. So practice is key. What is the plant in the back called? Which plant? Is it this plant? Because this is Ludwigia repens L. arcuta. It's a mixture. It's a hybrid plant. Back here's some Bacopa, Monterey, and Carolina. Over there, the red one is Rotella macandra. Then Rotella indica, which grows really poorly in this tank for some reason. Then I have Linophilia belima, AR mini. These are a bunch of different Ludwigia species. I got Ludwigia cuba, ovalis, the dark red. Over here's pearlweed. Over here's S. repens that is like not growing at all. I'm glad I put 2 stems in my other tank because those are growing crazy. And then I got that's my lily plant that grows like crazy. That makes me aggravated because I always have to trim it. 5-pound CO2 tank. I ran a 10-pound CO2 tank on this for a year and didn't have to refill it, and I could go another year, so 5 pound would be fine. What is my cat doing? Hold on. I don't know what the hell my cat is doing right now. My beard makes my voice better, thanks. Yeah, get an iPod mount, or an iPhone mount. Super good. Well, every video you make, your videos will get better, that's for sure. Ikir Shiro, I'm sorry I butchered that name. They'll take plenty. No, this is It's got some medium to low tech plants, but it has CO2 and ferts, so. Clark says my beard makes my voice beautiful. Okay, so that's about 50%. I'm going to switch the water on the other way. Yeah, Mariah, I actually want to do a bunch more neons. I was thinking about doing like 50 neons in here. And that time I didn't bump into it. I slightly bumped into it, but it didn't hurt. I need to find my thermostat, or my thermometer. Where did I put the thing? Thermometer, where did you go? Where did you? Found it. And we're good to go. Yeah, neons are great. They're hardy little fish. I love them. Jake, what is this? You're not doing your job. I only got 4 people on Facebook right now. You're fired as my community manager, Jake. I'm not going to pay you in any more plants. What books did you study to learn plant care? None. I just watched a lot of YouTube videos, did a lot of research online, and trial and error. Well, I gotta bounce. Thanks again for your time. Have a great evening, and best of luck in the house search. If I don't talk to you again before Sunday. Well, thank you, Aftershock. I don't have a Facebook community group. I do have a Facebook page, though, H2O Plants, and Instagram you can check out. Would a low-tech 20-gallon lawn with a hanger-back filter need a power head? Probably not. And make better content scrub. I got mad likes on the shares. Can you show how you distribute your CO2 to all your tanks from one bottle? Aquascott, I might be able to do that. Once I'm done doing all this, I'll give you guys a quick little tour It's not set up ideally how I want it yet, but that's because since I gotta move, I'm gonna not set it up the way I want to. Crystal, what did you say was good for African? Oh, could barely hear me. Sorry, Crystal. I said Anubis and Java Fern will be good because you could tie it to rocks and driftwood if you have it in your tank. Amazon swords and jungle vows could also be good, but you would have to start them before you have the fish in the tank, so that way they could establish roots, or they'll probably get dug up. You could still probably try them, but your fish might dig them up if they're annoying diggers, like most of them are. Oh, sorry, Crystal. I was talking in the opposite direction. That makes for a poor video. I will talk facing towards the camera now. My apologies. It's just the chat is behind me, so. V-Stag, don't worry about plants in the aquarium. They're rather easy if you start with easy plants. Kitty, really? How many times? I gotta spray you again? Quit rubbing. No, I will pet you later. My cat is so damn affectionate. Jacob, favorite fish is my electric blue ram, wherever he may be. Where are you? Where is he? So, like, this whole side of the tank is, like, on purpose, and then this whole side of the tank is just, like, place stuff wherever I wanted to put it. And, like, with no rhyme or reason to it. I actually have a stem of a coca there I need to stick back into the substrate. Oh, there he is, my electric blue ram. Come on. Come out. There he is. Come on. Come on. You know you want to come out. No, he wants to hide. Alright, so I'm going to put my fry back in here now. Okay. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the orders. I like neon tetras more. Freaky Fry asks, what do you like more, cardinals or neon tetras? I like neon tetras more. I like the white. Come on. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the fry on the live stream, okay? I will show you the fry. Or maybe I'll just use my GoPro and get you a nice picture of the fry underwater. How about that? I should really clean the glass. Matter of fact, I'm going to clean the glass. It's almost full. Alright, I'm going to go kill the water. Anyone here like sunflower seeds? I actually do. I used to eat them a lot. I don't really eat them all that much anymore. Oops, I turned this. Boom. Okay. I'm going to clean the glass real quick because it's rather dirty. And I also have to clean these lids, but I'm not going to do that right now. The best way to scrub algae off the glass is a credit card. Justin sounds super triggered. I sound super triggered. Why? Why do I sound super triggered? And a lot of people don't clean. What I realize when they do a cleaning of the glass, they don't clean directly under the rim here. There's always a lot of gunk, and that's what, well, it's off camera now, but it's floating over there. My shirt wet. Is the type of fish a characteriforms? I don't know what kind of fish that is, but no, these are community fish. What's the blue fish in the corner? This fish? That's my electric blue ram. Let me move Facebook so you guys can see him maybe. That's my electric blue ram right there. I call him Gordon Ramsay, named after Gordon Ramsay. My Siamese algae eater is eating the stuff I just scraped off the glass. That's nice. I'm not triggered, Jake, because of the fry comments. I'll show it to you guys. It's just like, it's super hard to see. I have to bring them closer to the glass. So give me a second and I will do that. But I just want to clean this off. Okay, looks somewhat decent now. I just clean the front. I don't clean the sides or the back. Because I let my others do that. That's their food. He does swear a lot, my electric blue ram. He does swear. A whole lot. Alright, let me bring the fry and the camera and all that good jazz. Nope. Alright. Okay. So, let's get you guys up close here. I don't know if you could see him all too well. Alright, and let's move Facebook so you guys can see as well. I don't know if you guys can see the fry all too well. He's in there. Swimming around. I don't know what he is yet. He kind of looks like a Bosemani, but he may be a Neon Tetra. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's a Neon Tetra or if it's a Bosemani Rainbow. I lost my 3 Bosemanis, but I had 2 that looked like they were trying to mate, so before I accidentally gassed them with CO2. I haven't, because it looks like a Neon Tetra. It really does, but it also kind of looks like a Bosemani, so I don't really know how to tell them apart. Nor do I care, because I'll figure it out once it gets big enough. And I'll be like, oh shit, it's a Bosemani. I bred Bosemanis on accident. And I would be really sad if it is a Bosemani, because I lost its parents. It is a lively fry. I'm raising him on nothing but my spirulina food right now, pretty much. So he's growing pretty well. Swimming around a whole lot, so I don't know if it's a neon. He's kind of swimming like a neon. But, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a neon. If I had to guess, it's a neon, but with my luck, it's going to be another Bosemani. Alright, so let me enable these back. You'll look up fry for me, Jake. I appreciate that. Alright. Okay. So now somebody wanted to see my CO2 setup. Neon fry seem to have blue on their heads. I don't see blue, so is that a Bosemani then? Ah. Alright, so I'm going to show you my CO2 setup real quick. I'll make a full video on this. Do I have Red Tiger Lotus on the site? No, I don't. I was thinking about getting it though. I don't know. So, let me see. Can you all see this in the... So, here's my regulator of my tank, right? And actually, let me turn all this back on first real quick before I forget. Okay, turn it back on. Okay. So, that's off a separate electrical timer, right? And then it all runs, so it splits off, it tees off over here in the corner and goes like this. It goes both ways. So it goes to these 2 tanks over here, and then it goes to these 3 tanks over here. Oh, why do I have a power head in this tank? This isn't actually on. I was, when I had the brown slime algae going in here, I was trying to increase flow so it would get rid of it. But it disappeared on its own, so I didn't need it. Alright, so we have the CO2 that's split there. Let me show you the rest here if I can make it. Hopefully I don't drop anything. So I'm gonna move this down. Okay. And then I'm going to bring Facebook over here because I'm not going to leave you guys out. You might want to see. Oh. Disconnect that phone. Move you guys over here. Let you go down a notch. Okay. Alright. So my CO2 starts an hour before the 4 tanks go on, but at the same time as my 55, so my 55 doesn't gas my fish. So the hose comes over here and it tees off. I don't know if you can really see this on camera, but this is a CO2 tee here, and then that tee branches it over to the other tank, the 55, which is over there. It goes up over my doorway, and then it flows into these 2 canister filters here. And I use these inline speed control valves here to control the individual flow for each tank. So I can adjust them manually how I see fit. And then I have the bubble counter here, and then that goes into the inline CO2 diffuser, which is here. But this I'm going to be replacing with Rex Greg diffuser reactor thing. That's much better. So that's pretty much that. It's pretty easy. I use the tees to tee them off. Use the inline to control the flow naturally or individually, and yeah. I wear my sunglasses at night. I just realized they aren't sunglasses. Are you talking about my sunglasses? Because I wear my sunglasses at night. They're kind of like sunglasses. They're not like deep dark sunglasses, but they're sunglasses. Alright. So yeah, so that's the CO2 setup. I'll make a more detailed video though for you, Scott, so you can get all the products and all that if you were interested in how to do that. But instead of having a regulator that does individual ones, I split it all off the hose using those inline speed controls and tees. It's my messy workstation. Ah! Okay, there we go. And nope. Stay still. What filter do you run and do you like it? I use the Sun 304B, works great, and yes, I do like it. I would have them on every tank. Alright, I'm breeding marine fish and freshwater fish. Freshwater is ancient fish, poliotype, and small fish tetra. Nice. How long does shipping usually take? So Jacob, I'm a little behind right now, and I have about 18 orders that came from the past 2 weeks because I didn't ship the week after Christmas because of shipping delays. With the post office, I didn't want to ship out a package and get held for an extended period of time, being that it's cold out. So I waited to ship all those orders. So I had about 40 orders built up, right? I shipped, I think, 15 the first night. I shipped 10 yesterday. I still have 18. So I have over 40 orders that have been packed. So I packed 25 in the past 2 days. And then on Sunday, I'm going to try and pack the other 25 or whatever I have pending, 18. Probably I'll be up to 25 or something like that by that time. So once those are packed, then I'm all caught up. And then I'm going to be shipping out Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays starting now. Before it was just Monday and Tuesday, so now I'm going to be shipping out Wednesdays as well. So basically I'm going to be packing orders Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday nights, if there's any, and shipping those out. I mean, if there's an extreme amount of orders, your shipment could be delayed until the following week. That's just because I'm a one-man crew. So Yeah, the care cards are going to come with every order until further notice, so don't worry. I was thinking of kind of like a trading card game almost, like, you know, you buy the plants and you get all the cards for your plants. So as long as, once the plant is up on the website, I have the card for it. If it's something that you want to order separately that is listed on my coming soon page, I don't have cards made up for those yet, so that's why they're on coming soon. But as soon as I get everything done, then that's when I put them up on the website officially and all that. So, yeah. Is it better to start your CO2 an hour before lights go on instead of turning on the CO2 when lights go on? In theory, yes. And it's better to turn off the CO2 an hour before the lights go off, because what you want is you want a high level of CO2 concentration as soon as the lights come on, so the plants can optimally photosynthesize nutrients. So you want that CO2 build up there, so there's an enrichment of CO2. If you have the CO2 go on as the lights go on, then the plants are going to be trying to grow, and they won't have all that CO2 dissolved and ready to go. So a lot of people, they start them an hour before. But you don't want your CO2 going off at the same time your lights go off, because if your lights and CO2 go off at the same time, all the CO2 that's dissolved is going to sit there, and then it turns into acid, because it doesn't get absorbed by the plants, and the plants actually excrete CO2 at night when there's no light. So they produce oxygen during the day and produce CO2 at night. So it's crucial that in a larger setup, more involved, you want to have your CO2 going on an hour before and an hour before the lights go off. You want it to go off. That's the best way to do it. Alright, so I'm going to end the live stream here, guys. I want to thank everybody for checking it out. Actually, let me answer one more question. Aqua Scott, what different kind of mosses do you have? I got Riccia, I got Flame Moss, Java Moss, I have some Peacock Moss growing, I have some Xmas Moss growing, and I have some Weeping Moss that I think is Weeping Moss growing as well, but I'm waiting for it to properly grow. It's giving me some problems. Maybe that's why my plants haven't been growing well or fast. I'm going to try turning up the CO2. Yeah, just be careful. If you're going to turn on your CO2 an hour before your lights go on, make sure you adjust it properly so you're not getting too much CO2 at one time, because if you have a buildup beforehand, you could gas your fish. So be really careful, Jake. Alright, so now I'm going to end the stream. I want to thank everybody for checking it out. Be sure to like and favorite and all that good stuff. It really helps. And share the videos if you at all got anything out of it. It really helps out, and I can't thank you enough for that. Remember, daily videos starting tomorrow with the GoPro. I'm actually going to go film it right now after this video. And I'll see you guys Sunday on the next live stream. Alright, guys. I'll see you later. Peace out. Peace out, Cub Scouts. One down and second one to go. Later, guys.